I used to be an early stage investor before I was a founder. Sitting on that side of the table not only helped me as a founder, but also made me appreciate what the whole assignment of venture capital is about. To understand why VCs are seeing so many deals a day, but they can only do so many a year. And so this is why it's a numbers game for founders to talk to many investors for you to get the exposure to fundraise successfully. This is also why, by the way, one of the values of YC, they do the aggregating of demand for you. But one of the things I think was really interesting about early stage investing, especially at the seed and pre-seed level, is just being able to bet on people. And this is not a skill that I think, you can pick it up. What was really nice about it is I realized it was something that I was kind of already doing, in the sense of I really enjoyed, even prior to understanding what investing is, like meeting people and being able to connect on the level of something niche. So for me, it was very much different types of academic ideas, and then eventually how entrepreneurs and how to convert that into businesses. And it's kind of very, I guess, if you haven't been in venture before, it seems very odd to be able to just bet on people. As long as you have some traction numbers, you would assume that that's what people are kind of picking up. They're trying to look at your traction, numbers, financials, etc. And that is definitely true of later stage. But the earlier stage in venture, you don't have that. You won't even have a product. And so you're betting on people. And to an outsider, that might seem so strange. What does that even mean? But there's a lot that you can bet on a particular person, even pre-product. How much commitment and conviction do they have in an idea? Are they the right founders for this idea? Venture is a very apprentice job. You can't read a book about it and then expect to be good. You do learn very much through repetition, seeing a lot of examples by getting your hands dirty and doing venture capital as a job. And so I just found it was just it's actually a very positive and very fun job in that way. In the early days, you can have an edge if you have a certain network of people that you can bet on, that you can support, and you can identify talent before anybody else. It really feels good to be able to identify really good talent before other people. And this doesn't mean that you have to be contrarian. It just means that you have to be able to understand what is good before other people. And so that could be because you just see it beforehand, or you have the trust of the entrepreneur, or you have, because at the end of the day as well, like venture is also just a sales job. And what I mean by that is identifying what's good might not actually end up being the hardest thing, because sometimes people know, and the hottest deal end up being oversubscribed and is piled on by a ton of people. And so you have to have developed those authentic relationships or built a brand for yourself to be an investor that is helpful, that people want to be in business with. And so that aspect, it's a sales job, not to belittle it, but because it's identifying what's good is only the first step.